from your local election headquarters. This is Big Country Politics on KTAB.
Okay, welcome back to Big Country Politics. We are continuing our conversation with Jennifer Harris. She is with Connected Nation. I was getting ready to say Connected Texas.
Well, and we are Connected Texas program.
Okay. And just to recap, you guys are working on getting broadband, high-speed internet to rural parts of the area. Speaking of that, you mentioned a map that kind of details where broadband is and is not, and it's on an actual physical map?
Yes, it will be an actual physical map that we're working on right now.
Oh, it's not developed yet?
We are currently working on the map right now and gaining that data to put a map together. There is a federal map that comes from the FCC, but at best, that map is always 18 months old because that's how long it takes for them to process the data. So we're working on a map that will hopefully be, current as of at least a couple months old versus 18 months old, and a little bit more detailed than what you can get from the federal government. The federal government's map is based on census block, and as we know, some of the census blocks, especially in this area, are huge. And if one home in that census block shows up as having broadband internet, the entire census block gets counted. And so that census block, or that whole neighborhood, people might think there's not a problem there when there really is a problem. So our goal with our maps is to hopefully have a little bit more granular approach and be able to see, well, yes, this part of that census block or this part of the neighborhood is good, or community, but it could use some work. Maybe we can find a solution to get them connected. That
sounds really detailed.
It is detailed.
Sounds like a detailed map that you could look granular, you said.
Yes, and it'll be online, and we're hoping that people go there and look at it and say, yeah, this does seem correct, this doesn't seem correct, can you do a little bit more investigating here and see if we can really get a good map to help customers, to help providers, to help businesses, to help community organizations, really to help everyone make smart and good decisions, because good decisions come from good data.
Have you been able to talk to people out in rural communities, maybe see what they're looking for, or maybe some of your co-workers have heard from some of these people? What are their biggest concerns, you think?
I mean, honestly, going back to kids being able to do homework, possibly being able to see a doctor online when you have a sinus infection.
I didn't even think about that.
It would be great. We're not at the point that you can do surgery remotely, I don't think yet. But if you have a sinus infection and you're able to see a doctor online versus driving 30, 45, 100 miles to go see a doctor, and you can get your prescription, I mean, that would be a wonderful cost savings, for both the patient and the doctor's office and everyone else, and really, help improve healthcare in rural Texas.
Well, and rural healthcare is something that we've talked about here on this show before, because it's a big problem out there, and I guess this is one way that can be helped. As a matter of fact, there are rural hospitals out there that also need internet, high-speed internet connection.
Yeah, I have a number here that, patients and hospitals across rural Texas could save $20 million in travel expenses alone if we were able to have, better telehealth, telemedicine options just from people being connected to broadband internet.
Well, there's so much connected to this issue. I mean, there's travel time, which you just mentioned. And there's money connected to that travel time, because you threw out that number out there. So much that we didn't think about, that maybe like here in the city that we take for granted, that we just didn't think about that these people are dealing with out in the rural communities.
Yeah, and I would like to add, it is over 2 million people in Texas that still don't have broadband internet.
Wow.
It's a large amount of people.
2 million people. Do you know what part of Texas, I don't know if you guys have broken it down that much, which part of Texas, I could only imagine it's West Texas that is without the most?
Honestly, it's all areas of Texas. I mean, there is a large portion of West Texas that's obviously not covered, but in the Valley, in East Texas, in Southeast Texas, Northeast Texas, I mean, even parts of Central Texas, the large cities, for the most part, have pretty decent coverage, but sometimes when you get, just like I said, half a mile outside a large city, those folks might not have coverage. So really, it's a statewide issue. It's not just West or East or the Panhandle.
I mean, I don't guess it's very hard to imagine getting a mile 2 miles outside of the city, and then you have no internet connection. I mean, you just drive out of town, and they're like I mentioned, you say you have those bad spots where you know that you're not going to get. Just I'm speaking on my phone, that you're not going to get any service.
Right.
What does the end game look like for you guys? I mean, is there one? Is that possible?
I mean, the ultimate end game would be that, everybody who wants to be connected to the internet and wants to have that at their home, can have internet at their home. That's the end game. Some people, may choose not to have internet, but we would hope that everyone who chooses to have internet has that option.
I had mentioned, doctors' offices, hospitals needing internet, but also there are rural schools out there.
Right.
I mean, we're not only talking about homework, we're talking about being there at school with high-speed internet.
Right.
Very important for those kids and teachers.
It is. I mean, if we want an equitable education system across the state, we've got to have equitable resources across the state.
They just gave us the minute sign there, which we have a minute left. What do you want to say? What do you want people to know that maybe I didn't ask you? Do you have a website, some numbers to give out, or?
Yeah, our website is connectednation.org, and if you just add /Texas to the end of that, you can learn a little bit more about what we're doing. As I mentioned before, we are planning to work with 23 communities across the state of Texas, and we're currently identifying those communities. So I'm really honestly looking for people to reach out to me and say, hey, our community really, we want to do this. Can you help us?
And they do this through this website?
Yes.
When will that map be on that web? I'm so curious to see that.
Yes, we are hoping for the early part of 2020 to have the first version of the map, and then have everyone look at it and, say, yes, could you do a little bit more investigation here, and can we try to get the best data we can? And that map will be re-released several times after that, so that we can,
I'm sure
provide
updated
good
as
data.
well, yeah.
Right.
Okay, Jennifer Harris with Connected Nation. Thank you very much.
Thank
for
you.
Good information. All right, we'll be back on Big Country Politics.